Not so long ago, tattoos were at the peak of popularity. But now in social networks, more and more often you can hear stories about how people refuse to put permanent drawings on the body or even dare to remove already tattooed. Let's understand where the fashion for a clean body without tattoos came from. How the fashion for a clean body began. The turning point in tattoo culture can be considered the unexpected act of Pete Davidson, one of the most tattooed and recognizable comedians of a generation. In 2020, he announced that he wanted to reclaim his clean body. He decided to do it not only for aesthetic reasons, but also for career reasons. Before each shoot, he had to hide his tattoo with makeup for hours. Pete had about 200 drawings on his skin. He said he got them at a weird period in his life when he was a sad kid and a bunch of tattoos on his body was considered fashionable. Now, however, Davidson has gotten rid of almost all of his tattoos. He'll probably only keep a couple of the most significant ones. He recently shared that the process of removing ink from under his skin is not at all enjoyable for him.
Some of your tattoos are going away.
Yeah, I've been burning them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost gone.
Is it painful?
It's horrible.
It is,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, it's worse.
Worse than getting them.
Well, they gotta burn off a layer of your skin, and then it has to heal for like 6 to 8 weeks, and you can't get in the sunlight, and then you gotta do it like 12 more times. Yeah. So really think about that Game of Thrones tattoo you're thinking of getting, all right?
Anyway, more and more users have started sharing stories on social media about how they're getting their tattoos reduced. There are several reasons for this. Tattoos no longer symbolize belonging to a subculture. They have become mainstream. If earlier drawings on the body were considered a challenge to conservative society, now you are less likely to be called a freak because of the stuffed flowers under the ribs. Tattoos are being done by designers and financiers, parents and students, IT workers and baristas. Even in the office, few people are embarrassed by a stuffed sleeve anymore. Ideas have emerged that to be with a tattoo is to be ordinary. Fashion has flipped, and now a clean body is a way to distinguish yourself. During the quarantine era, a popularity developed for minimalist tattoos and hand poke. Some people ordered tattoo machines in-house and experimented with designs on their bodies themselves. At first it was exciting, but later many people regretted the tattoos they had gotten. Matt Lauder, a professor of art history and theory, noted that in the late 19th and early 20th century, tattoos were considered a luxury. In his opinion, the whole tattoo industry appeared only because rich people wanted to stand out. They specifically traveled to Japan to make a tattoo and then brag about it in front of friends. Even the last Russian emperor, Nicholas II, had a tattoo. Then, however, the fashion for tattoos caught a setback. Now tattoos are still not the cheapest pleasure, but to remove the drawing from the body is more expensive. Pete Davidson spent about $200,000 on his almost clean body. The absence of tattoos is becoming a symbol of wealth. Now 41% of Americans under 30 years old have at least one tattoo, but only a few of them can afford to remove it with a laser. There's been a general trend toward conservatism in appearance lately. Bright aesthetics like alt girl have faded into the background, replaced by clean girl, promoting the idea of a neat and tidy appearance. In such a culture, clean skin without drawings fits much more organically than a colorful sleeve. Not really. It's not that tattoos will suddenly disappear or become a sign of bad taste. Rather, we're seeing another round of discussion about the body, identity, and fashion. It's also an attempt to rethink why people do or don't decorate their bodies. This is not a return to purity in the puritanical sense, but rather a new form of self-definition. The body is a canvas, and everyone has their own way of dealing with it. Many people get tattoos not for fashion, but for their own reasons. Drawings can symbolize an important stage in life or remind them of pleasant moments.